everybody. How are you doing today? I actually have been just wore down and exhausted, and I'm trying to push so much through a day, and I also think I'm just under attack from negative forces, trying to get as much good out there as I can. I don't know, but I took a break today from writing notes. I just needed it, and I may pay for it later on, but I'm just trying to keep pushing through this to get this information out, and it's been absolutely exhausting. So you're going to have to kind of bear with me today. I am very, I don't know how to say it, like drained of my energy. I do want to start off by saying, again, I've said this since I started this channel. It was part of starting my channel, and people need to remember that as a whole, we are powerful. As individuals, we are not. So we have to unite, and we have to stay united. If not, very bad things are coming, and we will lose this fight. I'm praying right now we have enough backing us, because in what I see is in motion, people are afraid. Their secrets are out, and it's something they've been trying to keep a secret for a long time. And even though they've had answers that if their secret did come out, this and that would be done. But at this point, I think we're ahead of the game, and too many people were awoke faster than they thought. So it's a battle right now. It is really a battle right now between good and evil to see how this is going to turn out. And again, I'm praying that we have enough people awoken. I hope that we can continue to wake people up. I pray every day, even before my videos, that people will find my videos and grab the information that is there for them to grab and just wake up. Because, again, the ones who don't will fall. And, again, it tells you it in the Bible. It tells you it in the evil doers' protocols that have been around for centuries. And everybody knows what the Bible says. Whether you choose to believe or not, that's on you. I can only pray that people do, and that good will end up where they're supposed to be, and evil will end up where it's supposed to be. But this is not just a battle for our world. This is a battle for good and evil. And it's going to be the last war. And it's going to be a big one. The signs are here. The mark of the beast. It's here. You know what it is. I don't have to go into it. And again, your Bible foretold you. And right now, we need to keep our faith stronger than ever. We need to keep our beliefs stronger than ever. But most of all, no matter who you are, no matter what color your skin is, what your religion is, what your nationality is, you have to stay united. If not, they will win, because they are all over this world. They're heads of every country. And the UN is the leader of all of the countries. And instead of doing what they were put in place to do, which was keep peace and happiness and love, they have kept all the opposite of that. And they continue to spread all kinds of evil stuff that, again, we've went through some, and some is just too bad for me to even go into. But just know, if you have the worst of the worst thoughts, they're involved. And that is not who we want involved in running our country or our citizens, or being involved with our families or loved ones or friends, or nobody. Because nobody deserves what these people do to other human beings. And I can't even call them people. They're demons. What these demons do to other people. Because human people could not do the disgusting things that they've done to women, children, boys. It's disgusting. And again, they are Satan worshipers. They have sold their souls already, so they have nothing to lose. And they don't care. All they care about is gaining. All the things that aren't supposed to mean anything to us. Riches, mansions, etc. You know what I'm saying. All the material things in the world that don't mean nothing. That is not what you were put on this earth for, to build millions and live the high life. You were put here to live a good, happy, loving, peaceful, humble life. Which I've never, ever, in my whole life, cared about money. So I'm pretty well off, you know. All I wanted my whole life was to just get by and be able to spend time with the children that I birthed, which was stolen from me by the government and the corruption behind it, and enjoy my family, which, again, the things that the government have brought forth have destroyed my marriage, my husband, my time with my children, my time with my husband, who is now passed, due to what the government is involved in throwing forth. And, you know, my older three are grown, and so much that I missed. And I don't want to do that with my youngest one. But it seems like even though I'm ahead now from where I was then, I still cannot get the time that I want with my child. Because in order to survive, I have to work so many hours. I have to put forth all the extra time I have into surviving, which is not, again, what we were put on this earth for. Meanwhile, these people rip off everybody in the world. They sit on tons of money they can do nothing with because they have so much of it. And they get to live the lavish high life off of the sweat and work and bones and blood of our backs. Where do you think that that's okay? Where you don't want to stand up and fight and say enough is enough. And it's time to make changes. And not allow this kind of stuff to go on anymore. Because you have more power than you think you have. Each one of us united makes a whole difference. But if you keep listening to the fake news and you keep listening to the stir of the hate and you keep letting them play everybody against each other and you keep wanting to fight everybody around you that is not doing anything wrong, has not done anything wrong to you, you end up in this spiral of BS and giving them exactly what they want. The hatred, the anger, the games, the trickery, and so on and so on and so on. And you end up just like this, constantly in this never-ending cycle of BS. Why don't you put a stop to it and say, enough is enough. We want to enjoy our life here on earth. We want to be able to be happy. We want to be able to get along with everybody around us, which is natural and it's supposed to be. But you can't because you keep letting people or demons in here. Planting stuff in your head to hate one another. That because you're different, you hate. No. We're put here, and yeah, we all may be different, but we're all people. If everybody was the same, how much could you really stand each other? You put two of the same people together and they do this. It's nice to have differences, because you learn, you enjoy it, I don't know. It's just, again, opposites attract. Most couples are opposites because they make a good united one. You can only stand so much of yourself. You don't want another one like you. And though we all are the same in some ways, it's good. But in most ways, you cannot have people exactly the same. It would be a boring life. You have to have that somewhat of an opposite. So I'll leave you with that. On that note, stay focused. You have to unite the people. You have to keep your faith. You have to stay strong. And you cannot break when you think you have no other options. Like the mark of the beast. I will rather do without it than ever accept it, because it's foretold. Not only is it foretold you're not supposed to, I just won't, because I don't have to. I have rights too. So do you. Nobody on God's green earth can make you do anything you don't want to do. And they don't have a right to. We are all equals besides the power that you give somebody else. Stop giving your power and your rights away. Stop allowing people to act like they're more powerful than you. A president is only a president because we put him there. The government is only a government because we put him there. And so forth and so forth. And these little evildoers behind the scene have no power because they really don't even exist. Except to pull the puppet strings of the president and the freaking government. And you can stop that by stop allowing the government and president to control you. They don't have that power. They aren't there because they're in control, because they're supposed to go through the people. But you guys have allowed, well, I shouldn't say you guys, but people have allowed them to get out of control and out of hand, and where they feel that they have all this extra power that they don't. They don't. And if you're not doing anything wrong, can they step in? And you're not. And not by their fake laws, but by the laws of the land. That people forget. And they allow these fake laws to come in and somehow play a part in your life. Stop. Stop allowing it. All right, that's my preach for the beginning of my video. I'm sure I'll have more, and I'm hoping you enjoy them, and I hope that, it makes a difference, and you understand, and you see something in it, grasp onto something in it. I do it to teach you if you don't already know. And I also do it for the people who know to, yes, cheer it on. And again, leave comments below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you think. Let me know what's going on through your thoughts and feelings and whatever you want to say. Say it. It's the only way I know if I'm reaching you. And I see the watches. I don't know why on my channel people are afraid to comment. I don't get it. But comment below. Let me know something. Because if people aren't going to comment, I can't do lives. Because I'm not going to sit up here and talk to nobody. I might as well just do it like this. And allow you guys to, I guess, just keep watching me talk. And that's fine too. That's fine too. But I would love the interaction. Okay. So we left off at a good place yesterday. We're picking up on a new place today. Let's get started so we can, get through this. Okay. This plays a big part in our crooked, corrupt government today, okay? A huge part. We all know taxes are not real. They're actually illegal. They shouldn't be happening, and hopefully we're going to put a stop to that soon. But let's get into how they use it for their own corruption. Okay. In order to understand the UN for what it really is, the ultimate cabal monster, one must know about the countless NGOs that are connected directly or indirectly to the UN. NGOs means non-government organization. Tax exemptions. It means they don't have to pay taxes. As they are nonprofit organizations, it doesn't matter if they make astronomical piles of money. All NGOs are tax exempt under the International Revenue Code section 501c. In this case, most of them are 501c3 and 501c4. Not long ago, we believed that NGOs do good things. Well, upon research, the NGOs set up by the UN are working for the UN. We were in for a rude awakening. We've already seen the United Nations Population Fund. Or the UNFPA. Adding and paying for aiding and paying for the Chinese Communist government with its horrid population control policy. Then there is the Population Council, yet another nonprofit organization aimed at eugenics. And depopulation. Let me just see what I wrote over here. Population Council ideas, evidence, impact. Okay. Population eugenics, intended to improve the genetic quality of the human race. We all know where that led to in World War II. Isn't it remarkable that the Population Council actually presents itself as addressing critical health and development issues, such as voluntary family planning or girls' empowerment? Really? Let's have a closer look, shall we? The Population Council was funded in 1952. By John D. Rockefeller III, birth date 1906 to 1978. Birth and death date. It addressed the problem of overpopulation, stating that modern civilization had reduced the population of natural sections by saving more weak lives and enabling them to produce, resulting in a downward trend in genetic quality. The genetic quality had to be protected, and so the Population Council was set up to devote itself to reduce the fertility of the world's population. Rockefeller became the organization's first president. He was succeeded by members of the American Eugenics Society. Early grants supported studies in embryonic development and paid for sterilization experts on women with bad hereditary history. And then my little side notes. Who is he to insult people like this? Basically, we are, a lower species, and we shouldn't have children because we're, beneath him, and who he feels is a better species? Or, I don't get it, because we're all people. So what makes one better than the other? I've seen a lot of rich, wealthy people have some pretty bad, I'll put it that way, children who don't end up doing much with their lives. And I've seen people come from very impoverished areas become very brilliant major players in the world. So again, who are they to say who has weaker genetics or better genetics? What? It's just crazy. It's crazy. And that's what these people are. They're crazy. And you're allowing them to run our world. Okay. Again, who do these people think they are to make decisions like this, especially all by themselves? They are no better or in any way higher, have more rights or power than any of us. How do people think in any way this is okay? Only God has the right to make these decisions, and he already did. And how to handle them. This is not it. As I read I must have messed up here. As I read to this, I guess this was supposed to be as I read to you. This is evil at work here, and it is time to stop it now. So as I've read it, and I've read the history of all this, and I've told you, and I've also told you my opinions on it, this has got to stop. It's just insanity. And we have insane people running our country from behind the scenes. Okay. It was clear from the start the Population Council had nothing to do with protecting women's health and safety. It had everything to do with the cabal's depopulation program. The intrauterine device they forced on millions of women in India, Pakistan, South Korea, and Taiwan caused major side effects. Such as severe pain, protracted bleeding, pelvis inflammatory disease, and perforated uteruses. Nonetheless, with the help of the national government of those countries that were paid millions, I said that right. Nonetheless, with the help of the national governments of those countries that were paid millions of dollars in blood money, The birth control measures continued without any care or compensation for any of the women in question. In 1969, the Population Council published an article entitled Beyond Family Planning. The document offered legitimacy to, for instance, adding fertility control agents to the water supplies in urban areas. You gotta be kidding me. And I've said it in the past, I don't know if I've ever said it on this video, but you don't know what they're putting in your food nowadays, your water, any of these places that any of our necessities come from. You don't know what they're doing to them. And you don't know what they're putting in anything nowadays. But this shows you right here that they will go as far as putting stuff into your water to poison you for whatever reason they feel is necessary for them. Not for you, for them. To help with whatever they have planned. Pretty sickening. So you think you're just drinking your water out of your sink and you're actually drinking poison. Okay. And then I wrote in my side note, that is poisoning. Okay. Temporary sterilization of all young women by time capsule contraceptives and compulsory sterilization of men with 3 or more children. Once again, the Population Council actually presented itself as addressing critical health and development issues, such as voluntary family planning. Voluntary? Really? Who was voluntary? They were putting stuff in their water systems. Just like they did the fluoride that rotted many kids' teeth out of their mouth. Just like they're putting into the food where our 10-year-olds look like they're 20-year-olds now. Okay. Let me refresh my lip gloss, even though it's not that bad yet. But my lips are sticking. I can tell when I'm reading. So, it's just a way to speak clearer. I didn't really get that until I got on here. And then all of a sudden, I realized my lips kept sticking together and like I was stuttering my words. And so I tried it one night and it worked. So it's worth it because then you can pronounce your words better. So something that simple, right? Okay. Let me just see what I wrote in the corner real quick. Overpopulated says who? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read this then. Overpopulated says who? Them? If it is such a problem, then why is it so hard for women in the U.S. to get their tubes tied? We already know. And I don't know. I'm going to see where that fits in the we already know. But I've tried to get my tubes tied several times. Even after my 4th child. And I signed all the papers at the doctor's when I was getting ready and signing all the papers for her birth that I would be taken care of in that situation right then and there right after. It wasn't done. And I asked about it. Nobody could answer me. So then they told me before I left the hospital, I would have to talk to my doctor when I did my follow-up appointment. But then I wouldn't be in the hospital anymore. So then when I went to my doctor's appointment, they said, well, since you're not in the hospital anymore, you have to make another appointment. Well, that's pretty hard to do when I got a newborn baby. And then the medical issues of it wasn't done at the hospital. We're not paying for it. The insurance is not going to pay for it. It should have been done at the hospital. If that was such an issue, women who want to get their tubes tied, it should be easy. Instead, you're going and stealing people's rights to have any children. Tell me where it makes sense. They should be happy to sterilize people then, if that's how they really feel. But it's absolutely almost impossible. And I'm not the only person who has said it that I know. And I'm sure there's millions more. Okay. These are the kinds of NGOs, population controls we are dealing with. There are 37 NGOs right now that deal with the overpopulation program. 37 NGOs worldwide. Advocating negative population growth, repeating over and over and over again the words sustainability, devastating effects all over, population, environment, call it group hypnosis, call it brainwashing, which is what they do with everything with us. You don't believe me? Here are just a few negative population growths, a nonprofit membership organization that aims to educate the American public and political leaders about the devastating effects of overpopulation on the environment, natural resources, and the overall standards of living. They advocate for a significant reduction in current population numbers in the U.S. So here we go. It's done, started over there. Now they're coming to the U.S. where I've been warning you before I even read this that it could come our way. Here it is. Okay, let me see where I left off. Population numbers in the U.S. A significant reduction. How, for God's sakes, The 10 Million Club Foundation. This Dutch foundation aims to bring about public awareness in the need to reduce the Netherlands population significantly as to create a truly substantial here I go. A truly sustainable society. Let me read that again. Okay. Current population numbers in the U.S. A significant reduction. How, for God's sakes? The 10 Million Club Foundation. This Dutch foundation aims to bring about public awareness in the needs to reduce the Netherlands population significantly, as to create a truly sustainable society, reduce the population of Janet Osseberg's country significantly. Excuse her? I added that in for her. Okay, so the U.S. is under attack and the Netherlands are under attack from these people now. Let's see who else. Is there anybody else? Did they already handle everybody else and we're the last two? Who knows? Okay. Not going to say I'm going to pronounce this correctly. I had it the other day again, but I write my notes 2 days in advance and then I forget. I think it's I hate trying to sound it out on here. Reintroduce. It's an Italian association. In fact, I will be posting it up there so you can read it. But I believe it's how do I say it with the accent? Reintroduce. It's okay. You'll see it up there. An Italian association that concerns itself with overpopulation. So now we got the Italians doing it. Environment and energy. Its name comes from Marco Polena's idea of a mild return to the world with 2 billion human beings. What? A mild return? What's that mean? Killing the other 5.5 billion softly with a smile or a hug? Or to hug them to death? Oh, and then there it is, Planned Parenthood. Yet another NGO that has our best interest at heart. IPPF, International Planned Parenthood Federation, was founded in Brooklyn, New York in 1917 by Margaret Sanger. You know, the one Hillary loves? The demon Hillary. Birth and death date, 1979 to 1966. She's probably where she belongs. As a birth control clinic. Okay. In 1942... the name Planned Parenthood was chosen. Planned Parenthood grew into a huge enterprise with more than 600 abortion clinics in the U.S. alone. Every year, it is responsible for the abortions of 350,000 babies. $350,000 babies. Again, babies are a blessing. You are really sinning. And we'll get into the disgusting details of Planned Parenthood shortly after. But I know I'm going to run out of time in this video, so make sure you watch the next one. In several American states, abortion is allowed up, and this is what I so disagree with, completely against abortions, but definitely against them further along. I believe abortions, and this is my opinion and I have the right to it, unless somebody's been victimized, no, because too many women use it as a birth control method, and that is wrong. There's actual birth control methods to use before you get impregnated. And if you're doing the deed, that's on you. I know I didn't get pregnant unless I wanted to. Okay. In several American states, abortion is allowed up to and including the moment of birth. Are you freaking kidding me? That is definitely murder. Murder. Full-term abortion is the point for this event. The doctors at Planned Parenthood have no problems with this. On the contrary, on several occasions, medical staff was caught on hidden camera selling body parts of aborted babies to third parties. And this is where I'm going to run out of time, but this is what we're going to get into more, and probably in the next video. Let me go over some notes, and then we'll see if I should finish this last part up or not. Oh, and I forgot. It's approximately. That's why I was looking for the word, but it's kind of squeezed into my notes and circled around. It was supposed to be approximately 350,000. I knew that wasn't right. Approximately 350,000. Maybe more. So many disgusting things said. Oh, I can't go into this because this is about the ladies who were sitting while stuffing their mouth at a luncheon, talking with their mouths full about baby parts and abortions at full term and how they know how to do everything to make sure they can harvest the parts to sell without, squishing them, but squishing other areas. It's very detailed and very disgusting, but again, to know the cruelty and the demons and the acts involved, you have to know. You have to hear it. If you don't see it through their video, you need to hear it through mine. The acts of absolute disgusting, horrible, horrific, unhumane things that they do to these babies. Full-term babies. And in fact, I'm not going to have the time. And I'm kind of glad because I wanted to do this all in one segment. So we're going to pick up here on the next video. And I'll have to decide exactly where I want to pick up reading. On this segment. I'll probably start at the beginning just so that we get the whole grasp of it. This is, again, going to be a very hard one to watch, but you have to understand the full extent of what they are doing, talking about, how they handle it. It's just absolutely horrible. And the things that these people say and joke about and talk about like it's some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of Candyland party. I don't know how else to explain it. The words can't even come to me on how disgusting and repulsive this really is. And how it's like no big deal. It just floors my mind. You'll see. But we're going to get into some really evil and horrific stuff in this next video. It's going to be very traumatizing and hard to accept. But the proof is there because we have the recordings, the actual recordings, the secret recordings of the meetings with these people making deals and talking at a luncheon about the buying and selling of parts and how they do it. And it's a money-making machine for Planned Parenthood to talk you into doing the right thing to kill your child so they can make money off of its parts. So that will be our next video. Sad and horrific as it is the truth. This is what our government and its NGOs are behind. And this is the government you have leading us. It is time to put a stop to it. Enough is enough of these evil doings and evil ways and evil people. Again, this is a fight for evil and good. What side are you going to pick? I pray that you pick the right side. I pray that whatever I am putting out there, somebody is grabbing onto and listening, and that it's making a difference somewhere for someone. And if not, many. That is why I do these videos. It is for no other reason. I hope I'm reaching people. I hope I'm waking them up. And I hope I'm feeding you the information that you need. Because it is absolutely horrible what is going on. I don't even have a word for it. I can only say horrible, but it's beyond that. Going on behind the scenes of our governments and behind that fake curtain like the Wizard of Oz has. With all the, instead of one, there's several behind that curtain moving around and playing chess with our government and people's lives. You need to wake up and see that. All right, guys. I'm almost to that mark. Again, thank you guys for being with me. Thank you guys for watching. I love every one of you guys. We have to stay united. We have to stay strong. You have to stay strong with your faith. Because this is the end of times as we know it is coming. If we don't make the right choices, they will enslave you. Look at everything I've told you so far. They have hit the poorer countries first. They are working their way towards us and world domination. Wake up, see it, face the truth, and understand what is going on in this world today. You need to. You need to. And remember, if they'll poison your water, they'll poison anything. Be careful about the choices you make in today's world on what you put in your body and where you get it from. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great night. And I will see you on my next video. I love you guys. Have a great night.